Hi everybody, welcome to the channel Nanna-M. My name is Lynn. If you're new, a very warm welcome to you, and if you are a returning subscriber, it's absolutely wonderful to see you back. Thank you very much for all your support. Now today's video is just a chatty video, one or two things and a few updates. So if you think that's something that you might be interested in, please do make yourself a cuppa, put your feet up, grab a biscuit. Yeah, relax, put your feet up and listen to me chatting on and on now. So I just wanted to take a moment to talk to you about Jode for all my new subscribers that haven't heard me speak about Jode before. Jode is a company that was on a mission to smash all the taboos and open up conversations around problems that us ladies suffer from sometimes with bladder issues. Now the supplements, which are these, are made from two key ingredients, and the first ingredient is pumpkin seed extract. And pumpkin seed extract helps you feel a bit more secure about your bladder because it gets you in tune with your bladder's natural rhythm. And then soya germ extract is the second key ingredient, which contributes to natural pelvic floor elasticity, which we lose as we get older or through childbirth or whatever the reasons may be. And it helps your body to adapt to your natural midlife changes if you are a lady of a certain age, like moi. So this is what the packet looks like. Now, my own experience is that I went to the Trafford Centre last week with my daughter, and normally I would be panicking. I'd need the loo before we set off, and I'd have to find out the nearest place when we get there because they're so far apart. But we went last week, honestly. I did use the loo before I went because that's just a habit that I've got into, and I managed to do about 2.5 hours shopping. Then we went for a meal, and the restaurant that we went in had a loo, so we both said, shall we go to the loo before we crack on? And we did do, and then I didn't need or even think about the loo until I came back home again, which was about 3 hours later, not including the journey. Now that would have been impossible for me before Jode, so I would never ever be without Jode, but that is my experience. So Jode have kindly given me a discount code, which is for 22% off. I'll leave the code here on the screen. I will also leave it in the description box below, and a link to go over to Jode should you choose to do so. They also offer a 90-day back guarantee for customer who has chosen to use the 3-month subscription plan, and subscription plans can be paused or cancelled at any time. They've also got over 2,000 just 5-star Trustpilot reviews. Now I'll just read you one, and this lady says, I'm reading it off Trustpilot. So, whilst the cost of Jode supplements is undeniably an investment, the impact on my quality of life has been so profound that I consider them life-changing. I feel the same. For me, the ability to work comfortably and to sleep soundly is well worth the expense, and I will definitely be continuing with them. If you're experiencing similar issues, Jode is certainly worth considering. I could go on and on, but I just thought I'd read you one. So, like I say, don't forget, I've got a discount code for 22% off, Nanna22. It will be in the description box below, and I will also leave a link to the original video that I did about Jode, telling you a little bit more about the company if you are new here and you've never heard of them before. So, thank you for listening, and we'll pop on now to the next section. So Harvey and myself went back to the same garden centre that we got the bedding plants from, and we got a few more, and we did another small hanging basket for the wall on the side. We did the cow feeders and another flower thing that sits on the wall, and we did 2 more hanging baskets for each end of the property, and just a few more bedding plants in some of the tubs that we already had. So I'll insert that bit now. It's on fast forward, so it doesn't last for very long, but it just shows you what we did when we had a nice day outside, so we thought, well, we'll get that job done. So I'll just insert that bit next, and after that bit I'll come back again. So we've planted that. It'll take a while to come out and look beautiful, but nevertheless it's been started. And then I've got just 2 little plants there in my cow feeder. A tiny little hanging basket, but it'll be cute because they're trailing Sophinia. They're like a petunia but trailing, so they're called Sophinia. And that's another Sophinia with an ivy in that one. And then you've seen these 2 hanging baskets, haven't you? So we've got that one in that corner waiting to come out, that one, and one in that corner. And we've just put another couple in that blue pot there, I think. And that's it for now. So yeah. Oh, and I've put some food in this clematis. It's got some buds on it, but it's not overly keen on there. But nevertheless, it's budding, so hopefully we'll get a nice display. And if those flowers come out, I'll show you what they look like. So I've got that plant now, that pot there that wants potting. That's been there for years, this ivy. We just leave it there. Yeah, so it'll all look lovely when all the flowers come out. See you in a bit. Now, I also mentioned, I think, in a video that I put a few pounds back on, and I actually weighed myself because I could feel myself getting bigger, you know, my clothes were getting tighter, and I'd gone back up from 8 stone, I think I was 8 stone 13, and I'd gone back up to 9 stone 7 or 9 stone 8, I can't remember now. I thought, oh, Lynn, you put half a stone back on. So, and I'd still been doing my intermittent fasting, but I weren't doing it, you know, like to the T, if you will. Sometimes I'd still have a biscuit or 2 before I went to bed. So that's not intermittent fasting, is it? And sometimes I'd start eating before 12 o'clock. So anyway, I went back to the strict intermittent fasting, and I have cut down drastically on the biscuits. So I've been doing it for, I think, just over a week now. And I didn't weigh myself or anything. No, I might have been doing it 2 weeks now, not sure. Anyway, I've just weighed myself this morning, just out of a matter of interest, because I knew I'd lost something. And I'm back down to 9 stone 3. So I've only got like another £4 to go, and then I'm back to the original weight that I was before I put the half a stone on, more or less. So yeah, I'm back to the intermittent fasting. I'm being strict with it. So I definitely won't eat before 12. I definitely won't eat after 7. Normally it's about 6:30, 6 o'clock maybe sometimes. And sometimes I don't eat at 12. It might be get to 1 o'clock, 1:30 before I eat. But I'm still having the odd treat, but I'm not having as much. And yeah, it's working. So I do feel better. And I think that's the thing. Sometimes we all fall off, don't we? And we all start to put weight back on when we've done so well. But I think the thing to do is keep a check on it. And if you feel like you've put some on, don't let it get out of hand before you tackle it again. And that's what I've done. I thought 1/2 stone, that's more than enough, you know what I mean? I don't want to be getting back up to 10 and 10.5 like I was before. So I found it easier to get it off, and I haven't needed to be as strict with myself. So I think that's the way forward for me. Now, I'm probably always going to fluctuate, but I'm going to keep my eye on it. And if I put five pounds on, I'm going to make that my limit. I will, you know, get back on it, and I'll just keep managing it that way. So I thought I'd just tell you about that. So I'd work for us ladies in there. So easy to put weight back on. And in winter, I haven't been exercising or anything like that. So, well, I don't like exercising if I'm being honest. And I haven't been able to use my treadmill because Harvey's been doing the van, hasn't he? Doing the conversion on the van. So he's got loads of stuff delivered and it's all in the garage. I haven't got room for the treadmill. But as soon as he's finished his camper van or he's stopped needing to buy big heavy things, I will get back on that because I did enjoy my treadmill and I've missed it. And I haven't used it now for over a year. It's got to be over a year. And it was doing me good. And it does help you to stay a bit trimmer, you know. So I will get back on that. Started doing exercises, watching people on YouTube. And that fell by the wayside. I've never been an exerciser. I'm useless. It's no good me ever having a gym membership because I'm not lazy. I'm not a lazy person because I'm never still. But I just don't like exercise per se, if you know what I mean. I like dancing. So it's not that I don't like moving. I do like moving. But I just don't like exercise and that's just it. So I just thought I'd give you that little update on the weight. The next little update is the Planter 39 shampoo. For anybody that's new, my hair was falling out in lumps, still is. So I got I researched it a bit and I got the Planter 39 shampoo that's supposed to help to stop your hair from falling out and encourage new growth. My hair is falling out exactly the same as it was before I started. And I've used that shampoo every time I've shampooed my hair. So it's well over a month now, it's got to be. And there is absolutely no change whatsoever. So it's not working for me. But I'm not going to give up on it as yet. I did mention it to the GP when I went to the GP. What did I go for? Oh, I went for a medication review, didn't I? And then he referred me back to the hospital. Well, I think I told you, but I'm not sure, but I'll just reiterate that. I thought I was going to get my heart monitor fitted and I wasn't. When I got there, I was going to see a consultant and they did an ECG and then he has now, that consultant referred me to get the monitor on for a week, not for 72 hours, for a full week. And I'm waiting for that appointment to come through. I won't give it too long before I ring up and chase it up because I think that's the way you have to be these days with the GPs. You just got to chase it all up. So I will do that. But where was I going with this story? Oh, and I mentioned it to him about my hair falling out. And he said to me, your hair is protein. And you need to tackle hair falling out. You really need to have supplements. And he gave me a list of, well, he didn't give it to me. He spoke to me about a list of things. Vitamin something. Zinc might have been another. Anyway, I've heard just recently on YouTube and on TikTok and on podcasts that I've listened to that collagen is extremely good for lots of different things. Your skin, your hair, your nails, strengthening your nails, everything. So I've ordered some collagen and I've started taking that. I didn't want to take the collagen at first because I wouldn't have known whether the Planter 39 was working or it was the collagen. So I laid off with the collagen. I got it and I had it delivered and everything, but I kept it in the cupboard. But I've started to use that to see if that makes any difference. So we shall see. And I will still carry on with the shampoo because I've still got some left. But it doesn't make any difference. Now, whether it takes longer than 4 weeks, I don't know, but it's still coming out just as much in lumps. I've noticed it's maybe not coming out as much in the shower when I'm shampooing it, but then when I take the towel off my head, it's all inside the towel. And when I brush my hair, it's just coming at handfuls of it. And when I use my hot brush, I've just had to take it downstairs this morning and clean it all off because that were all full of hair. So no, it's not made any difference. I just thought I'd let you know. Perhaps it works for some people, but it's certainly not as yet worked for me. So I don't know. And I did want to do, what do you think about the M&S cyber attack? Isn't it terrible? Poor M&S. And poor us. Because unless we go in store now, we can't purchase anything online. I haven't looked this week to see if it's back online, but I don't think it is. And I don't think I'd trust it at the moment. We need to hear, don't we, that, it's all been sorted out. And really, how did it happen in the first place? It's shocking. It's really shocking. The scammers are getting so clever. And with all this, I talked about AI, didn't I, not long ago, all this AI intelligence and everything. Yeah, it's awful. So, M&S, but what a shame. So, I'm thinking, like I've just done a Matalananda. I've got Trafford Centre 1 to do for you. That's a nice one. So I'm thinking I may do, I'm going to Preston next week. So I might try and find a Primark one. That people seem to like Primark. I could go into the M&S store, but what it means is you'd have to go into the store and you can't order it online. Well, I like to do an M&S when people can follow my link and order online. So I'm going to save the M&S. I won't bother with M&S for the moment until they've got sorted out. And also, I might consider doing a new look. So Georgia Asda and a new look. And then hopefully Marks and Spencer's will be back online. Not sure. I've looked on the next website and there's not really a right lot jumping out at me. I also looked on Roman Petite. And I did see a few things, but not really enough, to warrant me putting an order in and doing a haul. But I will keep my eye open because I think now that spring is over with and summer, well, nearly over with, summer's about to start, we are getting more summer things now, I think, in the shops. So there might be more for me to choose from. So I'll have a good look around and see what's out there and then I can do a haul for you and show you what's in the shops. So that's probably coming up next. And I will continue with my baking, but it will be less than it was before. And I have one in mind. And if this video isn't too long, which it's looking like it could be, I might stick it on the end of this, but we shall see. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you as well, is there anything in particular you would like me to video? Ask me anything. I'm not saying I'll always be able to do what you might suggest, but yeah, I'd be interested to know if there's something that you particularly would like me to video. So I welcome all suggestions from everywhere, including America. I have a lot of people that watch from America, and I often think, it's like I'm doing Tesco and I'm doing Aldi. I think they've just started putting Aldi's in America. But like, you think they must be bored with me doing a Tesco shop but then they do say that it's interesting to see how much we pay for things over here and how much they have to pay over there. And it is a lot more expensive. I'm assuming that the wages, make up for the difference, but I'm just assuming because I've no idea. But yeah. I think we might have got to 30 minutes. Also, I'm going to put in an update on the camper van. He's worked really hard on it. And there's a lot of work goes underneath things, if you know what I mean, that you don't actually see. But we'll do a little update of where he's up to now. And this is especially for Michael. So I hope you enjoy it, Michael. And we'll keep updating you as he gets nearer and nearer. So yeah, it's quite exciting. He's really enjoying doing it. He's in his element. He's as happy as Larry. Yeah, it's nice to see, really. So I'll insert that little bit and then I'll come back and I will say bye-bye, I think, because I think it's going to be long enough. So watch that and I'll be back. So I'm just going to give you an update now. So I was going to point a few things out. So as you can see on the roof,
max air fan.
An air fan at the front.
But you can't be connected to air conditioning.
Yeah.
You've got the 400 watts of solar power, solar panel.
2 solar panels.
You've got the windows that are in.
Another window.
Down here we've got power for the electric.
That's gone in.
And this one is the exhaust for the Truma central heating. And then you come round this side.
Bear in mind, a lot of work you won't see because it's covered up. But I'll just say before, like, can you see it on the roof there? The whole of the inside of this van has been insulated.
With that stuff?
With that.
This stuff here, see?
So he wants me to show you just a minute.
That there.
With that stuff there.
Which is multifoil.
Right, and it's all underneath the flooring, it's on the sides, up there and on the ceiling. So that was the first job that he did, really. And then the bulkhead, is that called the bulkhead?
The bulkhead down here.
Oh, sorry, I mean, what's that bit that separated the front from the back?
The bulkhead's been took out.
That's been took out.
And so then you've got to see right through into the cab now.
I'll just show you this side of the van because...
Yeah.
Go
around there and you can look through the side entrance now.
He's put an awning on. So that's new, that's been fitted. And I'll just show you. So this was all separated off, wasn't it? So all that's come out. So now we've got the windows at this side as well. And
Central
then
heating boiler.
That's the central heating boiler. The floor's all been done. So all underneath's been insulated and boarded out, and then this stuff put on top. That is the
Truma central heating boiler.
Central heating boiler.
And these slots here where you can see my hand, these are, you can see from this side better, but these are where the wheels go through on the mountain bikes. They gives more space inside.
So I'll just show you that bit. So this bit here that you can see, this area, is going to be kind of like the living area, if you will.
And that seat spins right round.
Etc, etc. This one or the front?
No, that one, the double one,
and
slides
this
back, spins right round and then goes back in.
So we'll show you that when that's been done, because that hasn't been fitted yet, has it?
Fitted yet, no.
But it's going to be where that seat there, that double seat, will spin around so that you're facing this way. But that hasn't been done yet, so we'll show you what's been done up to now. So, right, Ivy.
Right, so you've now got, these are the front axle for the mountain bikes. You press these two levers and this slides out. I can't pull it all the way because it's not bolted in at the back, but it comes right out here. So you put the mountain bikes on and put the axles through here, and then that just slides straight back in and it locks in position.
And those are the two slots that I showed you from the other side, where the front wheels of each bike will slot in there to keep them steady.
And this side is where the boiler is, in that little cupboard.
That was the boiler from the other side.
And then these are vents to give the boiler plenty of air. Now we've made a start in the electrics, and now what I've done is I've made these slide outs. This is the bed frame.
That's the bed frame at the top. These slide out.
And then you've got all the workings inside, which is where all the electrics are going to go up that side. And that's where the bluetti, which is the power bank, sits on that frame, sits on that box there.
It's all been covered with this, what do you call this felt?
It's 4 stretch carpet.
4 stretch carpet. It's called this grey stuff.
And also
all that's
inside,
been covered.
in this gap here, the reason for this gap is for the deck chairs to fit in, but I'll show you them at a later date.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is you just drop them in the groove at that bottom bit there, feed them into the top, and that's it, all tidy.
And then
and at this side,
let's change places. At this
side
side
you've got your shower. You got the water filler. That's where you fill your water. That's in there. This has got a pull out exactly the same to match that side. And this side is the water side. So you've got the tanks. They're strapped in because of the power. Water tanks. You've got a crossover valve. So you can either have 1 tank full or 2 tanks full.
And each tank holds
50 litres.
Right.
So you're 100 litres in total. And then you've got a drain off for both tanks or 1 tank. You can either drain both or you can drain 1.
Yeah.
And that comes out down here at the bottom, down here up near the floor.
Yeah.
And then that just keeps everything tidy. And then, of course, there's another deck chair that fits in this bit.
Yeah.
That stands on its edge.
Yeah. And what's that cupboard there of?
That's just a cupboard that gives you access to get to the water pump. So inside there, down at the back, there's a water pump. The water pump system's down there.
Right.
But these doors are designed so they just lift straight off. Like that.
To give you more access if
And
you
then
need to work.
That pillar just comes straight. You can just unfasten 2 screws and come straight out.
Yeah, in case anything goes wrong and you need to maintain it or whatever.
So that goes on there. I'll put it back on after.
Yeah.
And then when you've done that, whatever you need to do in there, you just drop that back on into its groove, slide it in the top, and you're back in,
and then you're back to a massive garage, really.
The other thing is, very quickly, is that the tray for the mountain bikes is designed. It's only got 4 bolts that hold it in. And the reason for that is very heavy. And if we're not using the mountain bikes, we're going somewhere where the mountain bikes are not needed, then it's 4 bolts and the tray and everything can come out, and then you've just got a huge boot.
A massive big boot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't take long, did it, to show us you the update, but it's took a long time to get it to that stage, and there's a lot of work gone into that, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is especially for you, Michael. So I hope you enjoy it, and you'll do some more, and then we'll keep giving you little updates.
All these have to be finished up, these bits across this bottom here. That's having an edging trim on in aluminium, and right around here, right around to the end.
Lots of things, isn't there, really?
There's lots of things to do.
And of course there's the bed to be made, you know, the bed there's going to be on top.
My next phase is you might be able to see the timbers I put in the top.
Yeah.
And that's for the edges of the wall cupboards. That's where the edges of the wall cupboards fit.
Yeah.
So I'm making a start on those next.
And you've already got the hob.
The induction hob
and
is
the
already
fridge.
there, and the fridge is behind you.
Yeah.
And the toilet and everything that fits in the front, the electric toilet that fits in the front.
Yeah.
That's all ready to go in.
So.
But the electrics are major because you've AC and DC. So I made a start on all the AC, and then you've got the 12-volt direct current stuff after that. But for now, that's about as far as we've got.
Sorry about the lighting, but that might be a little bit clearer. So yeah, wait for the next instalment. See you in a bit. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I know it's been a little bit different, but just wanted to have a little catch up. And I'd like to say a massive thank you if you've stayed until the end. And if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Leave me a comment or an emoji in the comments section. And hit the notification bell and set it to all, and that way you won't miss an upload. So I hope you stay well. I hope we get more sunshine. I'm sure we will. And fingers crossed, I will see you on the next one. Don't forget the discount code in the description box. Bye for now.